Hi, boys. Welcome to this Daddy Cast. Ancient World Echoes, Week 14, a tale from ancient Greece, the winged horse, the killing of a chimera. In ancient days, there was a wonderful white horse called Pegasus. He spent most of his time on the slopes of Mount Helicon, but he could fly through the air like an eagle, for he had beautiful silver wings. He was wild and swift, and had never been ridden or bridled by anyone. One moonlit night, Pegasus came down to the meadows which lay at the foot of Mount Helicon. Here he struck the ground with his hoof, and immediately a beautiful fountain gushed forth. Pegasus drank of its magic water, and then flew off again above the clouds. People called it the Fountain of Hippocrene, and often shepherds used to come there at full moon to catch a glimpse of the wonderful Pegasus, who came from time to time to drink at the fountain. Now a certain country was being laid waste in Asia by a terrible monster called a chimera. It had 3 heads, those of a lion, a goat, and a snake, and its body and feet were like those of a dragon. Fire and smoke came from its great mouths, which were so huge that they looked like enormous caves. The king of that country had asked a young hero called Bellerophon to catch the winged Pegasus, so that this wonderful horse he let's see so that with this wonderful horse he might kill the hateful chimera. So night after night Bellerophon watched at the fountain for Pegasus, but he was never fortunate enough to see the horse, though once he fancied he heard the sound of his silver wings. One night, however, he arrived later than usual at the fountain, having taken a little lost child to a shepherd's hut for safety from wild animals. To his joy, he saw Pegasus alight on the meadow. After drinking some of the water, the horse began to caper about in a playful mood. Presently, Pegasus caught sight of Bellerophon and flew off immediately far above the clouds. To catch him was impossible, so Bellerophon, weary with waiting, lay down to sleep. As he slept, the goddess Minerva brought a wonderful golden bridle set with precious stones and placed it in his hand. When he awoke, he knew that with this magic bridle he would be able to tame Pegasus. That night he hid himself again by the fountain. Soon Pegasus came winging in great circles towards the earth, and alighted so gently that scarcely a blade of grass moved. He came towards Bellerophon, and lowered his head for the bridle, which was soon put in place. Then Pegasus became suddenly tamed, and Bellerophon sprang quickly onto his back. In a moment they soared up and above the clouds. Bellerophon soon grew used to flying through the air, and he guided his swift steed to the mountain of the monster Chimaera, which lay in the midst of a wasteland. Smoke and fire were coming from its hideous mouths, but Pegasus swooped down quickly, and Bellerophon struck the goat's head a mighty blow with his sword. In a flash it had rolled onto the ground, while Pegasus shot upward again, out of reach of the other 2 heads, which roared and hissed in a dreadful way. One more dash down, and the lion's head was cut off. A third time Pegasus swooped down, and Bellerophon slashed off the snake's head. So the terrible chimera was killed, and the people rejoiced that now the land was safe, and they would be able to grow corn and grapevines once more, and live happily without fear of the chimera. And that is the end of the tale. See you guys later.